Hey y'all, it's Casey Hope from Pizzazz Art Studio, and we are excited to be back with another 10-minute challenge. We love inspiring you to get out your paints, your pens, your art supplies, and just to sit down and create. So I'm challenging myself to do it in 10 minutes. I want you to challenge yourself just to sit down for 10 minutes and create today too. If I can do this in 10 minutes or less, we like to give prizes. If you've been watching, you know we like to give prizes. All you got to do is make sure you're subscribed to the channel, you like this video, and you leave a comment. That's how we pull our winners, is we look in that comment section, then we see, did you like the video? Did you subscribe to the channel? And then we will contact you and get you your prize. So let's go. Let's see if I can do this in 10 minutes or less. Okay, y'all, so here we are with another card. I am on watercolor paper. I have got fluid acrylics over here. My plate, I have been using them, so there's already a bit of a mess, but I am going to be using the India yellow hue, the Prussian blue hue, titanium white, magenta, and turquoise, all from these golden fluid acrylics. I am just digging them right now. You could get very similar effects with watercolor as well. This just happens to be what I'm using. So we are going to see if we can do this in 10 minutes or less. We're going to do the technique of just throwing color on, giving it a blow dry, then coming back and drawing and lettering. And this is going to be something that you can just have fun doing. You can do this in a sketchbook for your own personal use, but if you want to bless other people with your art, taking a piece of watercolor paper and just folding it in half, or you can buy watercolor cards, is a great way to use your art to encourage and uplift and bless other people too. So here we go. Let's see if we can do it in 10 minutes or less. All right, so I'm going to use a lot of white when mixing these colors. And so I'll start with the yellow and white, just a light color. I always like to start with a light, and I'm just gonna kind of shape off just a little bit of, I'm gonna swap brushes, that's too big. Shape just a little bit of where I want this butterfly. We've done this butterfly in other formats and with other mediums before, but this particular technique of just throwing color on, I mean, obviously we're kind of drawing it right here, but we're not being too particular with it. We're not drawing it with a pencil because it's got to be perfect first. We're just kind of putting some color on. All right, and once I've got that, then I'm going to, just in a few places, just splash a little yellow since it's on my brush. I'm going to clean that brush, and I have done purple, but I might need to make a little bit more. So that's going to be the magenta and that turquoise. Ooh, got a little bit too much of that turquoise, so I'm going to go back to the magenta. And then I want to add that white to it to really kind of get it paled down. Okay, so from here, just quickly throwing in some color. I'm going to do a little bit of the magenta and white as well, so I don't want this to be fully colored in. Now, does this look like I'm trying to be perfect? No, I am not trying to be perfect here. I am quick and adding that color on. Remember, these are 10-minute challenges. We ain't got time to be perfect, okay? We are trying to just say, hey, can we do it? Can we carve out 10 minutes for some peace and play? Yes, we can. All right, so now I'm gonna get this magenta and white just to kind of tone it down a bit. Okay, and then adding a little bit of water. And just kind of anywhere where there is space, I can throw this in. Again, you could do this with watered down acrylics, watercolor. Everything's just gonna have a slightly different look to it. It might react a little bit differently. It might not blend the same. You know, when you mix colors, it might not be as bright, but you could still do the idea of throwing down color and then drawing on top of it. You could totally do with other mediums as well. All right, so I think it's good for now. I am going to hit this with the blow dryer, maybe some of my paper towel, and then we will draw on it. Okay, I think it is dry enough. So I'm going to take my Flare brush pen and I'm going to with a light touch, kind of start adding a little bit of definition. Not perfect definition, very loose. Like when I say loose, sometimes like I'm holding so far back on the pen that it doesn't even touch. If I were to do a harsh outline, it's going to look more like a coloring book page and less like an artsy drawing, okay? So maybe if that's what you want to go for, totally fine. There's not anything wrong with it. It's just sometimes people will do that and not realize one of theirs is looking different, and having a little bit of a broken line and a light touch as opposed to a heavy outline makes a big difference. So here I'm just kind of outlining some of the shape, but also just kind of putting, even if I don't see the color shape, I'm just adding shape in here for how I want on these wings. I think I like it. Now, one thing, if there's any place that you feel like maybe needs a little bit of heavier color, you can go back with that brush, kind of add just a bit, just in areas. Overall, I like it. Now I'm going to letter the word peace down here. Of course, you could put whatever sentiment you wanted to, but let's letter peace. There's a P. Remember, when we are lettering, we do it one letter, sometimes one stroke at a time. You saw that A was 2 strokes, 1 stroke, and another. It is not all connected to where you can never pick your pen up. That is the way that a lot of us learned maybe cursive writing, if you learned cursive. A lot of people don't learn it anymore. If you did, I remember, you know, they were like, don't pick your pen up until you get to the end of the word. That is not how it is. I did smudge a little bit right there. That is not how it is with hand lettering. All right, now, as you saw on this one, I did add a little bit around the edge, just with the other side of this, this pen. And it's just like, just quick little lines, just kind of like for a border, nothing major. And this isn't, definitely not a have to. And yes, I did smudge that a little bit. I am not going to fret about it though. I think in the end game, it's not a huge deal. All right, y'all, we did it. Once again, we did this in 10 minutes or less. So that means you can too. Remember, we're giving away prizes. We're diving into our whatever letter Happy Mail stash, and we are sending one of you some prizes. So all you got to do is make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, that you like this video, and leave us a comment. You leaving us a comment makes us know that you watched it. That's how we know that you're here, and that's how we draw our prize winners. So leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and share this with somebody that you might think could benefit from it. And we will be back next week with another 10-minute challenge.